the U.S.-based electronic exchange-traded funds, right? Exchange-traded funds, ETFs, surpassed $1 trillion in inflows.
I saw that last year, right?
Yeah, that means new money coming in, $1 trillion, right? And so now they make so many flavors of them. And this one,
because it's the modern day mutual fund.
That's right. And there's some tax strategies.
And by the way, if you own an old mutual fund, particularly if it's outside of a retirement account, you're probably best just keeping in that old mutual fund because there's no sense incurring.
But not reinvesting dividends in cap.
No.
Yeah, many people actually have it automatically triggered to reinvest dividends.
If it's outside of a retirement account, I would not do that.
Yeah, that is wrong. But so
most of the time,
my favorite was this one called the Simplified Enhanced Income ETF, which should just ring all kinds of bells.
Simplified
Enhanced Income ETF. Right?
Sounds like people sitting around in the conference room in the afternoon coming up with a name.
We're going to call it the
Simplified and Enhanced.
It trades under the ticker HIGH, HIGH. Good for them for getting that ticker. I would have thought that was taken. So it is a Simplified Enhanced Income. So basically what this thing is supposed to do is kind of act like a treasury.
You know, the challenge, here's the problem with this, right? I don't even know what the product is yet, right? You're going to tell us.
Yeah.
But here's why why you mentioned when the ducks quack, feed them, right?
Exactly.
Because sometimes, you hear callers on this program, someone's going to retirement, they're looking for a high income strategy because they need income in retirement. They've been investing in their 401k for years, but now it's time for income. They go doing some research. They start Googling around, and they bump up in this. Even the ticker symbol's high.
Yeah. How could you go wrong with a Simplified Enhanced Income portfolio?
It's simplified, just what you were hoping for. You don't want a complex investment strategy. It's enhanced and simple.
You're like the marketing team, A+. A+ on the marketing team over there for their Simplified Enhanced. So what it's supposed to do is kind of act as a treasury, but a little bit better since the symbol is high. So in addition to buying short-term paper, HIGH buys and sells calls and puts and options to generate income. Oftentimes they use this as kind of to make more fluid the volatility. They even traded options on MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategy?
They were trading
By
options.
the way, if you're not familiar with MicroStrategy, they're on strategy.
Bitcoin.
It's leveraged Bitcoin. They own Bitcoin. That's all they do.
Yes.
And it's worth about double what the underlying assets are.
Which is, by the way, I have a friend that has been doing put options on it, thinking it's going to fall.
No. A bull market can last much longer than your liquid.
I said to him, it makes sense. And at one point in time, I said, at one point in time, you will be right.
I had put options on Countrywide.
Oh, I remember that. I lost money on that.
You did too?
Yes. I was convinced they were going to go out of business.
They
did. Just not
years
in time.
Long.
Not in time.
Not in time.
So they traded MicroStrategies. They did put options. They traded options on this thing, right? And this is in an income fund. This is in an income fund that is doing puts and calls.
And you read, and it says the majority of their is in investment-grade securities.
Yes.
So how did it do?
Their year, they ended up with a return of 1.5%. And the thing that they were trying to do a little bit better from would be like the Bloomberg Spider, BIL bill, right, which is a 1 to 3 month treasury, return 5.2.
So treasuries were 5%.
And this thing was supposed to be a little bit better than treasuries, and the return for 2024 was
how much assets did that?
No, it actually didn't. It didn't say. But the thing that as the article goes on and continues,
just because something's an
about,
ETF doesn't mean it's a good investment.
Is that they're rolling out these ETFs like daily, new ETFs.
Well, because it used to be when they first came out, they were all passive. They were all indexed.
That's right.
They're not any longer.
Well, because technology allows you to price all day long, right? And that's really what an ETF did for the mutual fund industry, is it allowed you to buy somewhere in the middle of the day rather than it open or close. But it just reminded me, as I said earlier, about when the ducks quack, feed them. And look, these firms, they're designed to sell you stuff, right? They want coins. We want coins.
So, I mean, Victoria Wagner.
We want coins. I mean, Victoria said.
She talked about fiduciary. She mentioned that word a few times. A product manufacturer is not a fiduciary.
That's right. They don't care.
They may care.
Okay, fair enough.
But their job is not to do what's in your best interest.
Well, look and the products are not either good or bad.
It depends how they're used.
It's how they're used, right?
That one might not be too great.
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with
when
that.
you buy put options on, I mean, you're taking
in MicroStrategies in an income fund. Like if I came to you and said, "Let's create an income fund." Oh, by the way, we're going to do options on MicroStrategies,
which is essentially on crypto.
What you're trying to do is enhance.
We're
going to
use crypto to enhance your return.
Well, not only are we using
we're betting
a financial instrument to enhance the return, we're going to do it a company that's highly leveraged against a speculative asset to begin with. You're like, okay, where's when you go across this tightrope, let's get rid of the net.